And then something happened that changed everything. To make a long story short, I was almost killed in my hometown in Bogota. One night, I was biking near my mom's place. I was going to visit a friend and I was crossing a bridge. And suddenly, a guy came out of nowhere wanting to rob me. And he ended up stabbing me in the back, literally, with a screwdriver right here under my left shoulder blade. And everything happened so quickly that I didn't even feel the pain at first because of the adrenaline. And somehow I managed to kick him away and get back on the bike and escape. And while I was pedaling, just trying to survive, I remember thinking to myself, this is it. This is my last night. This is how it ends for me, just getting stabbed with a screwdriver on the streets of Bogota. But I kept pedaling until I found a small shop. And I went inside because they had a big mirror inside and I wanted to see what had happened. I had a jacket and I took that off and there was blood everywhere. It was very messy. And in that shop, in the middle of nowhere, in Bogota, there were two angels that saved me. Two interns from a local hospital who saw me and they saw I was really bleeding and they came up to me. They wanted to help and they said, hey, don't worry, it's gonna be okay. It's not too deep, you're gonna be fine. They were trying to reassure me, but the reality was that the stab with the screwdriver had been very deep because it pierced my lung and I was bleeding internally. And when your lung gets pierced, typically you have 30 or 40 minutes before a respiratory attack, and that's it, you're done. Because the blood starts going into the lung, and also the air from outside starts compressing the lung, so you have less space and less ability to breathe. And it's a horrible feeling, because imagine you want to breathe to stay calm, but it's like each breath is killing you. So it's an awful feeling and I started to faint. And when that happened, they took me on a taxi to their hospital. And when we got there and we went straight into emergency surgery, there was no time for anesthesia or anything. They just put me on an operations table and they closed the wound on the back and then they cut me open here because they had to stick a tube between my ribs to drain all the blood that had gone into my lung. And I still have the scar to this day.